In today's video, we're going to check out a Kiwi collection made specifically for the Meta Quest 3 and the Meta Quest 3S. We're going to be doing it on the actual 3S since that's the one I have right now with me. But the biggest thing I'll probably say overall is every single accessory we're going to take a look at today was made by Kiwi, but made specifically to augment the experience on the Meta Quest, making it more comfortable, last longer, and of course more customizable. This is TK and this is the Meta Quest 3 and 3S accessories from Kiwi. Let's check them out and see how they work. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. In front of us I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 cases or 6 different accessories made specifically for the Meta Quest 3 and 3S. And the main thing I'll probably say overall, they are assigned here to say the Meta Quest 3S, but keep in mind the 3 and the 3S for the most part share the exact configuration when it comes to accessories, not the actual optics on the front. But the setup that we have in here overall gives us the ability of customizing the experience. So we're going to take a look at both of these. This one is a silicone cover for the actual plate that already comes with the 3S, and this one's actually a replacement piece for it, which we will be able to use. Now the G4 Pro is made specifically for the controllers and also has a nice little flip opening here to allow us to actually not have to take them off whenever we need to change the batteries on the controllers for our 3S. Of course, they do also include a charger. This is a nice little power charger. It actually has a nice large long cable as well as the ability of actually including the power brick that comes in the box, which makes it very easy, US style of course. The last couple of things is the H4 Boost. Now this one has a couple of configurations for comfort. Now the K4 Boost provides us a battery that's similarly to the other one, but the main thing difference here is that this one doesn't have the additional ring that goes on the top. This provides us the actual comfort on the top side of the actual strap, as opposed to just being a straight strap in here. There's actually a nice foam configuration on the bottom of that. The first accessory we're going to take a look at is the G4 Pro. This is a performance controller grip. The main thing that you want to keep in mind in here, this is supposed to augment the performance that we get with the lanyard that comes with our controller. So this is the left controller, as you'll notice right there. We have the trigger, the configuration, all of that is basically what you want to be able to still use. What these are going to provide us is not only a better seal as far as the actual hold here, because it's going to be a little bit more, I would say basically less slippery, but also a strap that goes across our wrist, so to provide us a double protection. So it's not just a configuration here. This is going to still be functional. This is also allowing us so that it actually doesn't fall out of our hands, even if we open up our fists. In the box, we have the 2 silicone cases. They're pre-assembled. Everything's pretty much ready to go. We have a couple of extra straps here, and we're going to talk about those in a second. As far as using them, pretty straightforward. You push the button here, you remove the existing plate that you have on your controller. And the other thing we want to do here is remove the battery, because we're going to need to put in this configuration. So put it on, it clamps the exact same way. Is just basically what it's doing here is providing us the ability of using this little additional strap. You bring this down all the way, and you're going to basically put the battery using it. So all the way as you put it in, push it in, and once you have that in, it's pretty straightforward. If you want to remove the battery, you just pull on the actual strap. It's easy, puts it down, and it's pretty much straightforward. You can just cover it here, and then from there all you need to do is basically insert the actual case directly in. Straightforward. You can actually keep the actual lanyard again the way you have it in here. Just move it on, cover it up all the way to the top. You'll notice the other thing that we had in here essentially is that little extra opening. Now this opening actually, if you push it a little bit further in here, this neoprene or the actual fabric fits in there, and it acts like an existing cover. So the way this looks will match the look of the existing case itself. So this makes it so easy that if I want to open it up to remove the battery, replace it, very straightforward. And when I'm not using it, it covers it up so that no dust actually goes in there. So it makes it very nice and very easy to use. The strap is of course adjustable. Once you have it in there, this actually becomes part of your hand for all intents and purposes. If you want to go double protection on this, of course, you could just put it on the lanyard there, configure it, put it on, and at this point there is no chance of either throwing it. Even if this thing slips, this will catch it. But the nice thing about it is it provides us a little bit better grip all across. The one thing I will mention though, at the end of the day though, if you are using a wireless kit, meaning a wireless battery kit similar to the one that we've seen before on the market, these unfortunately do not support the grip themselves. The case itself or the grip doesn't actually close all the way, because there's a protruding part of it here for the wireless charging. So this is intended to be used for if you're using standard the AA batteries, and it makes it really easy to not only be able to open it here, go straight forward, and also replace the batteries without having to actually take the actual case out. So pretty straightforward. You put it on, you put the actual little, again, that extra strap here, you close it, and you're ready to go. The next accessory we're going to take a look at is the Kiwi power adapter. Now this one includes nice little instruction information, the power brick itself that provides power up to 45 watts, has a USB-C connector, US style of course, and of course a nice long rugged cable to provide us the ability of charging over USB-C. Again, either charging the headset itself, or charging the additional power banks on the straps that we're going to check out in a little bit. One thing to mention though is that this is a 3-foot cable, and it is an extra rugged, powerful cable to provide us the strongest current possible. Again, up to 45 watts with the charger that we have in here. Now the next two accessories are the F4 and the V4. Both of these are intended for the headset itself, but more specifically for this experience here, where we have it directly connecting to our face. Now this one is the one that comes directly with the MetaQuest 3S. It is replaceable. You can just remove it, pop it off. It's very straightforward. It's a very simple experience. The big thing I'll probably say is, one of the things that at least got me when I first got the 3S is there's a little bit of light leakage that comes around the nose area here. It doesn't actually happen anywhere here because you're able to basically put this and tighten the actual experience with the straps that come with it. But there has always been a little bit of light leakage here. So this is where the F4 comes in if you want to use the original face cover here that comes directly with the MetaQuest 3S. And here we have a replacement piece that provides us a similar experience with a little bit better cushioning. Now the piece that we're talking about here essentially is a cover. This is basically, it can provide us that extra protection that I mentioned to you guys. So it basically goes right over the nose, and you just mount it over the one that we have. There's a small instruction manual, nothing big here. And then just like that, we now have an extra cover here that basically is going to be right over our nose bridge. And this basically just mounts back exactly the way you had it before. In essence, actually, you didn't even have to take it off. I took it off to show you guys that it was removable. But once you have that on, so from a look standpoint, it looks exactly, here you go. It looks exactly the same as the standard configuration. But the biggest difference here is over the nose. What happens is that there's now a flap that goes over our nose that provides a little bit extra protection as far as light, not protection from any kind of damage, but essentially no more light comes in from the bottom area, which is a much better experience. So if you want to use the existing facial interface that comes with the 3S, it's pretty straightforward. Use this, cover it up, and then you can actually just get that better experience by covering a little bit of that light there. The other thing I want to mention, obviously, since I wear glasses, this works perfectly with glasses. I know it looks like it probably doesn't, but it does. And just basically sits the exact same way. The glasses will go on the side. There's no permeation or any issue with there on that side. And there's just the light that comes in typically from the bottom is a lot less. And that's one of the best benefits in here. Provides you, again, easy to clean up. You can remove it, wipe it off, put it back in there. Very simple. And you don't actually have to damage the actual fabric that we have in here and not have to replace it. Unless you want to. And in that situation, well, the V4 is the right solution. The V4 provides us an entire replacement for the face guard that we have in here. Again, very same configuration, except that now we have obviously better cushioning here for the face. The two flaps that I mentioned to you guys for better, I guess, light leakage in from the bottom area. And of course, it's some ventilation openings here at the top and the bottom for basically reduction of chances of getting kind of overheating. That's one of the big benefit here. Getting air in there provides you a better experience and less chance of building up condensation from wearing it for an extended amount of time. Now they also do include an additional one in case you do need to replace it, so that's one of the nice ones. And you just basically remove it. You see here, there's basically the Velcro. You remove it, you replace it, you put in a new one. And as far as putting this on, it's pretty much straightforward. The same way you put in the original, you put it on, and you just need to make sure that it snaps on. And then for us, all we have to do, just put it on. And again, same area, same configuration. And at this point, again, the light area at the bottom, again, protected, less light come in. And of course, you're just getting that nice, comfortable, more cushiony experience. Again, this feel like a little bit softer than what we get typically with the standard one. Again, works with glasses just the same as you can expect. Just put them on and be aware when you put it on. And just that's it. It'll provide you that nice little configuration. And then of course, make sure you have the straps on. This is pretty much just to kind of show you guys how to put it on and put it off. So the first one that we're going to take a look at is called the Comfort Battery Head Strap. This is the K4 Boost. The big part here on the back is essentially a battery pack that provides us the ability of charging our Quest 3. You'll notice there's a USB-C cable sitting there that just provides us that experience there. The back area here by the battery provides us a little bit extra support. So by default, what we typically get with the MetaQuest 3 or the 3S essentially is a strap. They do clamp on the right side, so this one has nothing on this side and it has the charger on this one. The MetaQuest 3 has the headphone jack opening on this side, so just keep that in mind. But the biggest thing I'll probably say is it's just fabric. It is an elastic fabric, provide us the right experience experience, but I feel like it lacks in support in the back, and that's one of the biggest things because the Quest itself, or the 3S, is actually front heavy. As you can imagine, all of the weight is sitting in the front. That's all of the optics, all the batteries, and everything in there. So what we're trying to do here is provide you a better experience, but also a longer gaming experience. So the box itself, pretty straightforward. You open it up, and you're greeted right away with the actual strap. So this is the actual battery strap that we're talking about. The battery itself is built in here. This is going to be just basically the adjustment so you can actually get the right fit, tighten it up in the back. The cable itself that we have here is built in. It's not removable. So this is going to be automatically plugged in directly into your 3S, and it's going to charge it up. And essentially what's going to happen is that this battery is going to deplete first the 5300 milliampere that we have built in here. That is chargeable via USB-C on the bottom that you're able to. And you're also able to basically use that charger that we looked at before, where you charge the battery built into the actual strap and then allow it to charge the actual Quest 3S. Let's go ahead and let it focus again. And in that situation, you only use one cable and you're charging both devices. As I mentioned to you guys, they do provide us an additional cushioning experience here for the back. So this is going to be for the back of our head. And then now the strap at the top now also has that same material, providing us a more comfortable experience. To install the actual pad itself is pretty straightforward. We have a right, left, and then there's a right, left configuration, or at least indicator on that side. You put them on in there, and there you go. Snaps on, pretty much a straight piece, and now they're connected. To connect this directly to your MetaQuest 3S, you just align them. Again, you notice that there's an additional hole here. This is intended because this will work with the MetaQuest 3 as well, and that's the headphone jack on the MetaQuest 3. It snaps on very nicely. It doesn't cover any of the speakers, no issues at all. And on the right, on the other side, you'll notice there's an opening directly for the charging port. This is compatible with both the 3 and the 3S, so the charging port on the 3 is pretty much the same. And then when you're ready to use it, just go ahead and connect the cable. Bam. You're going to see that the light's going to turn on in just a second. And then, of course, here on the back side, you'll also see that the light will turn on once you turn on your MetaQuest. And as far as the strap itself, pretty straightforward. Open it up. We have the Velcro opening at the top. Just slide it in there a little bit. And based on your air configuration, you can adjust this to go all the way as long as you need it or as short as you need it. And then set it up and put it on. And just as far as the fit, as you're looking at it right now, it looks pretty simple to put on. Once you put it on, you just need to adjust the back clip on the back, plug in the actual unit directly into the actual MetaQuest 3S or the MetaQuest 3, and it'll start charging it. And it will deplete the battery out of the actual unit itself first before it depletes the battery on the MetaQuest 3S, providing you that extended experience that you wanted without having to sit down or wait for it to charge up again. The last one we're going to take a look at is the H4 Boost, again made for the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S. The difference between this one and the other one is they both have batteries. They both have that 5300 milliampere battery that's sitting in the back, the same clicking mechanism, and of course the cable that goes to the front. But this one actually has an additional padding at the front to provide us a better support, where the other one was providing us more of a padded strap. This one gives us the back support, the top, basically almost like the forehead support, and a separation between our top part and the bottom part, providing us a little bit more of a level area to our head. This one pretty much straightforward, just the same as we've seen with the other one. There's a little bit of cover here, and everything comes pre-assembled. You're pretty much just ready to go. You'll notice everything in here is just ready, pretty much assembled in one piece. You just have to adjust and make sure that it gets in the right size. All you have to do, of course, is release the strap in here just so you can get that right separation, extend it so that you can get that area put to the right level. Once you have it done, you can basically reconnect the strap. And as I mentioned to you guys in the beginning, there is a little bit of a separation in here. Let that focus in there. The arms will come down, and then you just need to connect those directly into your MetaQuest 3S. Keep in mind the little opening that we have in here. If you have a MetaQuest 3, this is going to work the way exactly what it's supposed to. This is the headphone jack for the MetaQuest 3. The opening is obviously it doesn't do anything on the 3S, but it'll work fine on the 3. And of course, on the right side, or the other side, basically, you just have to put it on and set it. And one of the other things I really like about this, there's actually a little nub here. And when you're trying to remove it, you just basically pull on that little nubbing, where most of the other ones that we have, even with the other one that we just looked at, we don't have that experience in there. Otherwise, again, just go ahead and connect the cable directly. And this one's a little bit looser in the sense of where it's positioned. And the reason behind that is because of the area and the way it configures. It actually loops over to the front. So all you have to do, you'll notice the light kind of turned on right there. And of course, you can see the battery level, basically 4 bars, 25% each. And you could basically just put it on. And this is the other area that I was mentioning to you guys. This sits on the top of your forehead to provide you a better support there, taking away some of the weight from the MetaQuest 3S. And what I like about the H4 Boost, that it just provides us that entire comfort experience from the front to the top of the forehead, as well as a little bit of a separation with the actual Quest 3S, as you're seeing there. And it just fits exactly as you'd expect. It's comfortable, it's easy to use, and you're going to be able to go for an extended amount of time. The battery on this set is exactly the same as the other one. It's 5300 milliampere, so it provides us the ability of just going for a much longer gaming experience without having to wait and recharge. Now, if you're using this with the ventilated air, the face adapter that they gave us as well, you're not going to have any condensation issues, any warming issues. Again, not everybody has those concerns, but if it is something that you're concerned about and you notice when you're using your Quest 3S or even earlier generations, this will help with providing some air or at least ventilation so that it just does not get hot enough in there. But at the end of the day, when we're looking at them, the H4 Boost is going to give you the best fit, the most comfortable fit, and the best weight balance between the front and the back. The extra configuration that we have on the top on the forehead, where it not only provides support, it lifts some of the weight from the actual headset itself, and of course it's supported by the back. Just gives you a much better experience than just using the straps that come with the 3 or the 3S. As a basic entry section, just to kind of start playing with it, those are fine, but when you start playing with the system and you use it for an extended amount of time, you want to be able to not only play longer, but also play in a situation where your neck is not overly stressed on the front, because you're already moving a lot by looking around. This is going to give you that best experience. And of course, having that 5300 milliampere battery on the back will extend the battery experience. And if you do end up using the front adapter, that one we looked at, the one that replaces the unit that we have, you'll have better air ventilation so that you don't have to worry about overheating and condensation buildup. As again, some users do experience that, not everybody does, but that adapter provides you not only better ventilation, but also better seal around our nose bridge so that less light comes in. And again, makes it for a much better experience. So I do want to say first and foremost, thank you to Kiwi for providing me the setup accessories for our Meta Quest 3, Meta Quest 3S. And I hope that you found something that'll help you enjoy your system even more and play for even longer. Thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual. Make sure to check out those links in the description below for some great savings on these accessories directly from Kiwi. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, be well, and stay safe.